I guess the message is there is, you know, he doesn't want you just to go and focus on the extremes, you know, which is right. And I think you, being a lawyer, Ari, would probably agree with that. You've said it 100 times, which is this new justice by social media, which I think is really what the danger with a lot of this stuff is. And what's that? Injustice, yeah. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, well, in some cases it's right. I mean, it's yeah, it's, you know, what do I know? I know a lot, but you know, like I just, this is what I know. This is what I know. People will twist people's words a lot in any circumstance. In any circumstance, whether it's the most serious of Me Too accusations to how you said you ordered that coffee, you know, this morning, and they didn't hear you say cream, and you twist your words even though you know what you said or know what you meant, and not to necessarily compare those as an analogy. People twist words, and it's a shame because. Yeah. No, man, everyone's two-faced on social media. That's the new way to be two-faced. It's the new passive-aggressive. It's like you show one thing and you're something else. And that's why I just show myself just sleeping on the street at night now. Because that's what I'm doing, Ari. That's a lovely face. No, I make it look way worse, right? I'm the opposite. You know, it's funny because I was in all these very deep, like really deep conversations this weekend in New York, and I was hanging out with some insanely successful people. I mean, insanely successful, like in the billions and things. And a lot of these conversations came up. Surprisingly, Trump didn't come up once, actually. But these types of conversations, and one of them got really deep about, like, wouldn't it be really interesting to find out one day if, like, you know, through technology or something, if there was true serum within technology, like if there was a way, you know, you'd be out of a job though, like to actually figure out what the brain, like, you know, put the brain on a blockchain and then it like predicts what actually happened or what actually is true. Yeah. Automation, dude. We talk about that all the time. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I'll just one thing, like, you know, it matters to certain people's lives who are involved in the incidents. Like, you know, not everyone. You know, people who you know, in the Me Too's, the accusations, those who are being accused if they didn't do anything wrong. So there are certain people who directly it relates to. But you know, some think it's a bigger plan, dude. Some think it's like a distraction. All of this, like all this part, is a distraction, so people don't start having mass panic. So at least they have gossip at the end of the day and things to talk about. Like, that's also the stuff we started talking about. This is just a massive distraction for human beings to not realize that in 30 to 50 years, there's going to be some, North America as we see it, like, you know, more specifically, like, you know, here in Canada, here in America, where we think we have this, like, you know, pretty good life, right? Pretty privileged, which I feel anyway. That my son is not going to have an easy time finding work when you know, maybe when he's 20, 30 years old, because of automation, because of things like this. People... Yeah, 100%. We've definitely done a core with people, with children, and, you know, but still want to have a laugh, but still want to, you know, be good, compassionate human beings and stuff. Yeah. And that's saying something versus the millennials. No. Hey, listen, dude, I'm with you. And, you know, people ask me, why am I so driven? Why do I work so hard? Why do I've definitely become much more capitalistic than I've ever become in terms of, like, you know, trying to make money for myself as a business and things, investing in companies, doing all sorts of stuff. I don't do it for me. I'll wear a ball cap and flip-flops the rest of my life and a couple of Nike shoes made for 80 cents an hour. But I do it because I really, truly believe that you need to give your children a head start. I don't want to waste it on avocado toast. Yeah, we'll do some of the material things once in a while. It's very beautiful to be able to buy my wife a nice pair of shoes in New York this week and that kind of stuff. But it's not in excess. It's not. We're not getting gluttonous about this kind of stuff. And it is, like, you know, this is supposed to be a comedy program, but people need to start to think about that stuff, how they spend their money, what they're wasting their money on, the frivolous. But it's true. And, you know, listen, Netflix and chill, right? Like, that might be a good thing in a way, because you could just stay home, but you can't be Netflix and complacency. Like, you can't just sit that and use that as a distraction for your $12 a month and get unlimited entertainment. Like, you got to get off your ass and go and work for stuff too. So while it might save you going to a movie that will cost you $80 a month, I just don't want human beings to get very complacent in their little apartments, just knowing they can do it, because if one day if you want kids, one day if you want. Who knows about what healthcare will look like 40, 50 years from now? If you want to take care of yourself when you're older, who knows what pension plans will look like? Anyway, this is serious shit, but I mean, it is real. Ashley, can I add anything funny?
This has all been really horrific. I'm feeling really lousy about myself, and I was just like staring out this window here, thinking about all of the things that I have watched on Netflix this week. And now we're at Monday. Like, I had a busy morning, but I'm just learning now that it wasn't busy at all. Just the way the lighting is in here right now, I'm just really seeing my reflection, and I would have to agree. Very okay. There's a screen I could get lost in. I am gorgeous.
I don't. You know, this is very educational. I'm glad we talked about this. I've been saying it for quite some time, and really, like, I've only watched a couple of Netflix series, and part of me, like, for my job, goes, fuck, maybe I need to watch more to talk about this stuff. But I just don't have the time. I'm too busy trying to work, trying to make money. Is really what it comes down to. Yeah. Nonstop. I don't even know what it stands for. Let's say CEO. Yeah. Dude, as you're talking, like before you said it, I wrote it down. Hard work. It was a point I didn't want to lose from my mind. And then you said it. No, it's great. And you know, like, I don't know, man. I know I'm not like fucking, like, I get it, dude. I'm not Joe Rogan. I'm not Howard Stern. I don't have an audience that big and stuff. But you know what I can tell my audience, and I hope they listen, whoever you are and however many there are of you. Is we get the best comedians that come on every day that make you laugh. But once in a while, I like to have these real fun. This is a real talk Ari and I are having. This is a talk we'd have over a dinner that just so happens to be broadcasted to you. And I can tell you in the